They've lost their mind on the stimulus package as they just flipped once again. Also, a study out of the University of Pennsylvania showing the actual cost of the stimulus package. And China just gave a dire warning that we may want to take into consideration. All of that plus more in this video. Let's get into it right away. But really quickly, thank you so much for watching. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as I'm here for you every single day with all of the latest updates. Thank you. I truly do appreciate your support. Let's get into it and talk about what is going on now as of the latest details on the stimulus package. All right, so we've seen over the last few days here, and realistically the last week or so, they've been going back and forth on the details of the stimulus package. First, they started out at $3.5 trillion. Over the course of about a week and a half or so, they whittled it down to $1.75 trillion. And over the last week or so, they've literally been putting all of the provisions back into the package that they originally took out. So previously, they were removing all of the paid family and medical leave. However, as of today, they've just confirmed they put back in 4 more weeks of paid family and medical leave, which is actually kind of interesting because originally they took it out because they did not have support for it. Therefore, they added it back in, saying that they want to have this in the package. What's kind of interesting, here's what they're going to do about this. It's going to cost about $200 billion to add this one simple provision in there, and it's going to start in 2024. So it's not like this is going to be something that starts right away. Here's what's interesting about this figure. The $200 billion would be twice the amount that they would actually need to send out a focused $1,400 stimulus check for the roughly 70 million beneficiaries of Social Security, SSDI, survivors, SSI, to send out that stimulus check. So in the meantime, that same $200 billion that they're allocating for paid family and medical leave, they could actually send out 2 $1,400 stimulus checks to the 70 million Americans who need the money now, right? So anyway, kind of interesting stuff right there. Now, Nancy Pelosi was also out talking about the stimulus package. She was about to give us an idea of when she's going to bring it to the floor, but she stopped just short of that. Now, there were reports out saying that they were bringing it later today or potentially tomorrow. So we could still be seeing that in the House later today or possibly tomorrow, sometime in the House. Now, Chuck Schumer has also said that he wants to bring it to the Senate floor the week of November 15th. Now, again, remember, just because it goes through the House doesn't mean that it's going to send over to the Senate immediately. Because, again, there's a lot of delays with all this stuff going on. However, right now, as you watch this video, they are having a strategy session with Democrats. So Nancy Pelosi announced at 2:30 p.m. Eastern time that they would be having a strategy session between the Democratic Party. So that would be pretty much right now as they're talking about this. So we'll have to see what comes out of this whole thing, but they continue to change. Here's what's really interesting about the stimulus package. It seems like there's so much massive confusion about this whole thing. It's they add a bunch of stuff into it and then they come back and take it all out. And then now they're back, they're adding things in. So it just seems like there's a lot of miscommunication and confusion around this entire package, which is why they keep going literally back and forth. One day they're going to vote on it, the next day they say no. The next day they're going to add all this into it, the next day they're removing it. And the next day they're adding it all back in. You know what I mean? So right now, we're in this phase right here where they're actually putting things back into the package that they took out originally, plus more provisions that were never even in the package to start with. Now, there are a few representatives who want immigration into the stimulus package as well, and have also said we will not vote for it unless it has immigration in the package. Meanwhile, on the other hand, we have the Senate parliamentarian who has come out and said, well, according to the Senate rules, this cannot be in there. Immigration, to the extent that they want it, cannot be in there. So again, they're playing with some of the rules on this and figuring out how can we add immigration into the package and still get it through according to Senate parliamentarian rules. And if that still doesn't work, they just say, forget about it. Let's just overrule the Senate parliamentarian and go ahead anyway. So there is so much just back and forth right now with this whole thing. Everybody has their own ideas and what they want to get into this package. It's kind of interesting. But this does not come as any surprise because I've been talking about this for many, many weeks now. In fact, probably a couple months. I've been saying as we get down to the final days on this thing, typically this is when you see the most action actually happen because everybody comes out and says, okay, we need to have this or I'm withdrawing my votes. Things like that. So it's usually the last few days before a package is actually passed where you see a lot of these different provisions coming out and a lot of the different debates and negotiations and many different things coming out, and that's literally exactly what we're seeing right now. Also, this study that I talked about out of the University of Pennsylvania, Penn Wharton is actually who conducted this study. Here's what's interesting about this. So they are telling us that the package is going to cost $1,000, yeah, right. $1.75 trillion is what it's going to cost, right? You've heard that figure before. Everybody says it's going to be $1.75 trillion, but don't worry, it'll cost zero because it's completely paid for by the wealthy. However, according to this study out of the University of Pennsylvania Wharton, they're actually saying the actual cost of this package is going to be $3.981 trillion. So just under $4 trillion for the actual cost of this package. Whoa, didn't see that one coming, right? Well, we actually kind of did see this one coming because actually just the other day when Joe Manchin was out speaking, he mentioned that this is not even covering the entire cost of the package. So he was a little bit concerned about that in his speech just the other day, and he's saying this $1.75 trillion is not even half of the total cost of the package. Well, according to this study from Penn Wharton, yeah, it looks like it's almost $4 trillion. So, interesting stuff right there, right? Wow. All right, so this dire warning out of China. This is actually really interesting that we want to maybe take into consideration right here in the United States as well. However, before we get into that, one quick side note. I'm not sure how many of you are still watching this video, but if you are watching this, you're in luck, and here's why. For those of you who are still watching, I have a little special offer for you. Now again, I'm not selling anything, I'm not promoting anything at all, but rather, I potentially want to give you something. Now here's the deal. Again, just as a little reward for watching this video, as long as you have been, thank you again, I really do appreciate it. One of the prerequisites for being eligible to win this is you must be subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, you probably want to hit that button down below the video just to make sure that you're eligible for this. All right, so I'm going to give you a phrase here in just a second, and the first two people to write this down in the comment section, so hint, you might want to pull up the comment section and get ready to start writing, by the way. So I'm going to give that phrase to you here in just a second. The first two people to write this in the comment section, by the way, I'll be looking through the comments to find the first two people who wrote this down there. We'll be grabbing $100 each from me. I'll connect with you. I'll say, hey, how do you want your 100? And I'll get it to you. So a simple comment could get you $100 right here, right now. All right. So, again, prerequisites being you must be subscribed and leave the following comment down below, and the first two people to write this will get yourself $100 each. All right, so here it is. Ready? Here's what you need to say in the comment section, and whoever gets it out there first, the first two people will get the $100 each. Here's what you have to say. I love the video. I subscribed. That's it. All right, so if you write that in the comments section, the first two people to say that, I'll reach out to you and I'll get you $100. All right, so in the comment section, I love this video, I subscribed. Write that down below in the same comment, and I will go out there and I will go through the comment section. I imagine some of you have probably already submitted it because I know some of you write very fast. I see it. As soon as I post a video, it's kind of funny. Literally, comments come in like seconds after the video posts. I'm getting comments already saying, hey, love it, thank you so much, or you know what I mean? Like, thanks for the video or whatever. It's kind of funny. Like, some of you write incredibly fast. So, good luck. I wish you the best, and I'll reach out to you for the first two people. And again, this is something I'll start implementing into my videos going forward, just as a little reward for those of you who are still watching and you haven't clicked away yet. So I appreciate it. All right, now let's talk about this dire warning out of China. This is actually really interesting because we want to take this into consideration, because why is China saying this? Here's what they're saying. China reached out to their residents. There's a lot of people in China. They reached out to their residents and said they urged their residents to start stocking up on vegetables, oils, and poultry enough to get them through spring of next year. So, whoa, not sure why that's happening, but have you heard anybody here in the United States saying stock up? I don't think so. In fact, they're discouraging us from stocking up because when you go to the store, they're saying, you know, make sure there's enough for the next guy, which I totally agree. It'd be nice to leave some for the next people. But at the same time, why is China telling their residents to stock up on vegetables, oils, and poultry to get them through spring of next year? That's a long time from now, right? I mean, that's like many, many months from now. So basically what they're doing is they're citing supply chain issues. But really? I mean, we've been dealing with this supply chain thing for many, many months now. Why would this all of a sudden come up where we need to start stockpiling? I don't know. Does somebody smell a rat? Because I kind of do. So again, this is nothing against China. It's nothing against anything at all. I'm just saying, I kind of see something that seems a little bit fishy here. I smell a rat and I see some fish, I think the saying goes. Something like that. I don't know. But anyway, kind of interesting how they're basically telling everybody, and they're citing supply chain issues. Again, is it really supply chain? I mean, if that's really the case, why would we be stocking up now when the supply chain is already an issue? You know what I mean? If you've been out to your stores lately, which I'm guessing some of you have, it's getting to be really weird out there. In fact, my wife was just at the store the other day, and she came back and she said, it is weird. There are aisles that are half bare. I mean, shelves, like half of an aisle, completely half of the aisle is completely empty. She's like, it's really weird out there right now. It's like almost eerie. So, and it's only going to get worse. According to the reports that we've been seeing out there and everything that experts are saying right now, they're saying it's only going to get worse over the next few months going into the holiday season with people buying, for big family gatherings for the holidays and the shopping for toys and things like this for gifts. They're saying it's going to get a lot worse than this. So, yeah, anyway, that is out of China. So anyway, whatever, take it or leave it. I mean, whatever. I'm just here to tell you what's going on. I'm here to bring you all the information as I find it. And I thought that was certainly very interesting because you don't hear countries telling their residents to stock up all that often. In fact, you almost never hear that, right? So anyway, interesting stuff. So anyway, I hope this video helps you out. Again, I'm going to watch everything very closely. It's kind of back and forth in Congress with everything that they're working on right now, but it sounds like they are making some very small progress, if you can say that much. But yeah, it's kind of interesting with everything going on. Also, by the way, for those of you who left some comments on that video from last night, hey, I really appreciate your continued support. I'm doing what I can to partner with those people and figure out what I can do to help out all of you here in this community. So thanks again for your support. I really appreciate all of the encouraging words on that. And for those of you who watched that video, a lot of really awesome comments on that. So again, thank you so much for believing in me. Thanks again for your support. Please remember, I'm here to help you in any way that I can. Again, a good luck to all of you who left that comment down below a few minutes ago. I'll reach out here shortly because I'm sure the necessary comments that I'm looking for are probably down there already. So again, congratulations to the winners in advance. And that's something I'll continue to do here on my videos going forward, just as a special little way in conjunction with the little stimulus checks I'm still sending out right now on a weekly basis to those winners as well. I just thought, you know what, I'm going to do something a little extra. So again, hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe down below if you haven't done so. Share this video or any others here on the channel with your friends, family, and social media. And I'll catch you again later.